Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another player review with me, boy FIFA 1 HD. We're going to be looking at Edin Dzeko, but before we do that, it would mean a great deal to me if you would hammer that like button, hit the subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have any questions on Edin Dzeko or FIFA 16 in general, leave them in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer those for you. So, Inform 82 rated Dzeko, let's jump right into his stats, and as you can see, his positioning is very, very good, but his sprint speed definitely is not, nor is his acceleration. He's got decent stamina, it's not terrible, not great. Good strength as well, which is nice. Poor jumping though, and we'll come to that later on in the review. Ball control, not too bad. Finishing, very, very good. Heading accuracy, quite good too. Long shots and shot power, also very, very tidy, as you can see. Volley's quite nice as well. Moving on, 4-star weak foot, always good on a striker. Medium work rates and 3-star skills. He's also 6'4", which is very advantageous. And finally, specialities, poacher, distance shooter, clinical finisher, all great striking specialities. And he has the power header trait. So let's get into the main block of the review. So my thoughts on Edin Dzeko were that he was very much a mixed bag, in all honesty. Obviously, the thing that's going to attract people to this card is his shooting, and that is very special. It feels good. It feels like that extra bit that you get from an Inform card that makes him worth the coins, and it was good. He scored some great goals for me. He was very prolific in the time that I had him. You know, it doesn't really even matter where he is on the pitch, which is a really nice feature. And, you know, a lot of the strikers are maybe just good close range or they've got better long shots. This guy can do it all in terms of shooting. You know, he's very prolific in front of goal in that one-on-one situation. It doesn't matter whether he's finessing it or sort of hammering it into the corner. He can do both and he can score that sort of goal. He's got a good weak foot as well, so he can score those sort of goals, little half chances here and there. He's going to pop those away too. But also, he's got really good long shots, which is fantastic. Good shot power too, which means he can score a screamer or two, as he did for me. As you'll see in this video, he scores an absolute belter for me, which is really good considering that he doesn't have good pace. So it means that if you are, you know, sort of bearing down on goal, but you know you're not going to make the penalty area because of, you know, the defenders around you, because of his pace, obviously you're not going to make it. So instead of just having a half a shot, you know that you can hit it with some purpose, even if you're sort of 30, 35 yards out, and you stand a good chance of scoring, or at least forcing a good save out of him, and you'll maybe win a corner from that or be able to follow up the rebound. So it's a good thing to have, especially considering his pace, which I'll come to now, which isn't great. You know, it's not brilliant. I've been a big advocate for players, you know, with really good shooting up front that maybe don't have the pace. But this card isn't great, you know, it does feel sluggish, it does feel slow. I think that's a mixture of his poor acceleration, sprint speed, and his sort of balance and agility. He does feel a bit clunky and a bit clumsy at times, in all honesty. He has got good strength and he's got good hold-up playability, which is very good, especially if you're playing quick sort of wingers around him. You know, he can take the ball in to his chest, he's got good ball control, he's going to win a lot in the air. But this is an interesting one too, because his heading is very good on the card, but his jumping and his balance agility isn't. So it sort of negates the good heading and means that he's quite indifferent in that area, to where if you're playing it up from the defenders or the goal kick, etc., he's going to win a lot of those aerial battles. But when it comes to getting a cross in, be it from a corner or the wing or a free kick, for me, he just didn't really get on the end of it, and he never came close to getting on the end of them, which was disappointing considering he's a big striker, he's good in front of goal. You would expect a lot of headed goals, but for me, I just feel like he's never really going to get on the end of him. So if you can work it into him, I think you'll be doing better on the floor, in all honesty. Other areas, obviously, his dribbling is mixed. It's not terrible, but it's not fantastic either. But which is interesting with this year's FIFA is, I feel like a lot of people defend like they're going to be up against Neymar every single time. So sometimes playing against a player that doesn't have good agility, balance, dribbling, etc. can actually work in your favour, because they take such a heavy touch. It's almost like they kick the ball and run after it, that they actually go past players easier than a player with mediocre dribbling, ball control, etc. that, you know, just get tackled quite easily. So in some ways it can actually work in your favour. His passing is neither here nor there. It's quite neat and tidy, but nothing more than that. Overall, I've given him 7.5 out of 10. He's currently going for around sort of 50k, which I think isn't terrible, but maybe it should fall a little bit, and I think it will to around 30k or less, and then you're getting much better value for your money. There's a lot wrong with this card, but there's also a lot right, which means 7.5 I think is a fair score. I hope you enjoyed the review, guys. If you did, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and peace.
It probably will.
Yeah. Oh my god, you've got a legend!
Have I?
I've got to!
I have no idea, but really. Are any of these? Who is this guy? This card looks interesting.
Oh. Stop with this card looks interesting. Go to the fucking front.